So I have an echo head that I'd like to mount to this chair, and ideally we'd like the echo heads mounted facing forwards but at an angle, and this helps users when they're trying to get through doorways, for example, to detect the door frames. So we have a few options here. We can of course mount to the footrest, but that's that's not the greatest spot because there's often a lot of contact with the user's legs and they're transferring in and out. And so I like to stick with either the front casters here or the rims on the mid wheels here. So let's start with the front caster frame. So if I'm going to mount here, I have a couple of options. Now this is just for a quick install, so I'll show you some quick install options. Now if I wanted to mount here, there is quite a nice frame here to mount on. We could just go with a regular flat adhesive mount. And so if I put that on here and I just stick it on here and I put the echo head, you might notice that you're not able to get it parallel to the floor. So in this case, the only way to really get it parallel to the floor is to give it some height. And so I'm going to do that with the extension arms. And so we have an extension arm kit that usually comes with a couple of 90-degree connectors and some thumb screws. And so in order to make a 180-degree extender, I can just put the two 90 degrees together. That way I can build a little tower here, and if I stick those in there, okay, so I've got myself an extension here, which then makes it a lot easier for me to stick the echo head on here. And so now we've got an echo head set up that actually has a lot of movement we can do here. So we can kind of move it that way. We can move it up and down. And that is looking good because we've got a bit of an angle outwards. We've got it fairly perpendicular to the ground plane, which is how we want it. And that's a pretty good option there. Now the other option, of course, if you don't have a front caster frame, is to go right on the rims, and that's pretty straightforward to do. You can, of course, use an adhesive mount. I would use a curved mount in this case rather than the flat mount. And once again, you can use your extension arms to figure out the best way to, if you need to bring it up, if you want to put it directly on the rim, you can. But if you do need some angle adjustability, then the 90-degree and 180-degree connectors can help with that. So there's your options for a mid-wheel or even rear-wheel drive, I guess, if you've got a front caster frame and a mid-wheel.